So, do you know what the greatest tool in your life is? Do you know what it is that sets you apart from 10 other people? Do you know what plays the biggest role in success? Do you know which is the one thing a person should never lose, even if everything else is taken away from their life? It is self-confidence, the belief in oneself. In this world, every success story we hear, every inspirational tale we listen to, one thing is deeply intertwined with all those stories and all that success, and that is self-confidence. In a person's life, everything happens twice, first in the imagination and then in reality. You would be surprised to know that in this world, the person who cannot trust themselves, who has no faith in their own abilities, is alive but dead. Honestly, a life without self-confidence is like a boat floating on the river, but adrift and aimless. Look, many challenges come into our lives that try to break us. They try to weaken our self-confidence. But truthfully, it is also essential for every person to experience failure.
Because failure is something that matures a person quickly. We often think that the older we get, the more mature we will become. That's not the case. The tougher one's life is, the faster maturity arrives. A person whose life has fewer problems and less complexity, whose life is very straightforward, and who gets everything they want easily. The maturity of that person will develop differently than someone else. That second person, who is living through many struggles, who has learned by facing hardship, who has gained experience from life, and is now trying to apply that experience to do something for themselves. That person's maturity will be a little different, a little advanced. You will see many people in this world who do not gain maturity, even by the age of 30. Conversely, you will also see many children from the streets who are mature even at 12 or 15. The reason is their circumstances, their position, their situation, their family problems, and the complexities of their life. All these things have matured them. They have experienced life's problems up close and are trying to find solutions for them. And if you pay attention, you will realize that the wealthiest and most successful people in the world today are those who have risen from middle class, lower middle class, or low-income families. The reason is that they have experienced life very intimately. Now, you might ask me, well, there are many people who are poor, but look, their lives are not changing. There are many who have a lot of problems, but look, their lives are not changing. The change will happen when there is self-confidence despite the problems in life. When people do not lose faith in themselves,
Even with all the difficulties. When they do not lose faith in their own capability, in their own power. We often think that physical strength is what matters most, but in reality, mental strength is more important than physical strength. How strong is a person mentally? You will see many people in this world who are physically very weak, truly very weak, but they are so mentally strong that their physical frailty could neither destroy them nor make them feeble. And how mentally strong you are is very easily, very clearly understood when we see how much self-confidence you have in yourself, how much you believe in yourself, and how strong you feel during tough times. There is a flawed concept among us. We think that the problems in our lives come to destroy us. But in reality, the challenges in our lives do not come to destroy us. Rather, they come to make us stronger. They come to show us how far we can advance in life. The problems in our lives help simplify our path. They come to make us understand what we should do in life and what we should not do. So whenever a problem comes into your life, do not be afraid of it. Remember, success is nothing but the act of conquering a problem by finding a solution instead of fearing it. Look, you and I both know well that those who operate with shame and fear cannot achieve anything great in their lives. They cannot advance very far. Feeling shame should not be an option. When you dream big, when you constantly think about improving yourself, you should not feel ashamed. And fear should absolutely not be present. The person who fears has already lost. Look, no matter how talented we are, if we are overly shy, if we are overly afraid, that talent will be of no use to us.
You will see many talented people in this world who are unsuccessful despite having talent. The reason is that they failed to understand the importance of time in their lives. They didn't realize how important, how essential, how great a resource time is. At the end of the day, no matter how talented we are, if we look for shortcuts to hard work, we will drift away in a very bad way in our lives. Look at the person you consider your inspiration, your idol. How much time do they dedicate to themselves? How much importance do they give to time? How hardworking are they? How much do they toil? When you observe this, you will realize for yourself how essential it is to work hard. Then you will realize whether there truly is any shortcut to success or any alternative to hard work. And engrave one thing in your mind, your heart, your soul: no work is small. Every work in this world starts from zero. Every success story in this world perhaps starts with failure. That's why I'm saying don't be afraid. Why would you be afraid? If you fear, you have lost. If you fear, you are dead. The person who fears in life is alive yet dead. We're afraid to start. We think, not today, I can start tomorrow. I will start tomorrow. I'll change myself starting tomorrow. Hey, why tomorrow? Why tomorrow? Why are you deceiving yourself this way? Why do you trick yourself this way? Does it benefit you in any way? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of life. Don't be afraid of life's problems, because no problem in this world is permanent. No bad time in this world is eternal. I often say one thing: today might be tough, tomorrow will be even tougher, but the day after tomorrow will be yours. And most people give up on the evening of tomorrow, and some people die before they even start. Look, if you truly want to achieve something in life, if you truly want to change your life, bring about a transformation, if you want to make success a part of your life, then you have to be a little different. You have to have a slightly different mindset. When the whole world is using the phrase time pass, you have to utilize that time, because you know that there is no greater asset than time. Set a value on your time. Say to yourself, when I waste 1 hour, I am wasting this much money from my life. Because there is nothing more valuable than time in this world. Every success story you hear in this world, every story of a wealthy person, every tale of money, all of this has been built through the proper use of time. You will see that the people who are advancing quickly in life are the ones who have given the most importance to time. They know how essential it is to work hard. When you look at the wealthiest person on earth, you will be surprised to see that they still work hard for 14 to 15 hours a day. And judging from that perspective, we realize that we haven't achieved much in life. So how much hard work do we need to put in? Ask yourself, you are afraid of life. Why are you afraid? Why are you afraid when you see people weaker than you accomplishing so much? How many people in this world are changing their lives, beautifying their lives, and brightening their futures, despite being in worse situations than yours? You don't have to go far. You just have to look around you, and you will find thousands of examples of people who are working hard, toiling, fighting against bad times.
They're constantly asking themselves, why not me? They're constantly saying, yes, I can. I will do it. Why can't I? Even after losing in life, they say, one more try can definitely be made. One final attempt can be made. And this is how so many success stories, so many tales of triumph are being created. You know this yourself. We have thousands of examples right around us, right in front of us. And these days we have social media in our hands. You can see for yourself, there are thousands of inspirational stories on social media. There are thousands of people whose lives might make us feel sympathy or pity, thinking this person's life is like this, they must have so many problems. There are thousands of such stories, but they are constantly struggling in their lives to reach that place they desire, and they are probably being successful to a great extent. The reason is that they are not mentally weak. Maybe they are physically weak, maybe they are very young, maybe they have aged and lost physical capacity, but even then, their mental strength is making them and has made them more powerful than 10 other people. That is why I say, never lose faith in yourself. Never lose self-confidence. If you lose self-confidence, you will be alive in this world, but dead inside.
Never be afraid of anything in life. There are only a very few things in this world that you are not capable of, while others, from worse situations than yours, are proving they can do it. You too can do and will be able to do many things. Why won't you? Why won't you ask yourself this question? An answer will come from your heart. I can do it too. I repeat, everything starts from zero. Everything that has begun in this world started from scratch.
The beginning will be very difficult, but eventually this difficult thing will seem so easy to you that you will laugh at your past way of thinking. Just maintain your belief in yourself. Hold on to your self-confidence. Never be afraid of life. Never hesitate to face circumstances. I say it again, you are very powerful. There are very few things in this world that you cannot do. You can do it because many people in this world, despite being weaker than you, are achieving tasks that are harder. Yet God has given you everything.